I think first and foremost, I think the kids played for those names in the back of those jerseys. And this was an emotional week for our family, but for our kids, they really embraced this Children's Harbor game. I think we storytelled throughout the week the importance of it, the opportunity for them to spread some joy to some families that are going through one of the tougher things any parent can go through. In fact, my halftime speech wasn't very long, wasn't very good, and after I finished it, then players came in and said, hey, don't forget we're playing for the names on the back of those jerseys. So that's what I'm most proud of. We had a good week of preparation. When you prepare well, you should play well. It's the first time that's happened for us.
Obviously, offense was just flowing, but the defense was what really stood out, even though you gave up 35 points, 400 yards, but just the effort and the timeliness of what they were able to do. Just talk about that defensive effort.
Yeah, this was more a defensive. I mean, I hate doing that. Special teams won, offense won, a defense won. I mean, I was in locker rooms that got divided because of that. But this thing started because defensively, after the one long touchdown, they bounced back and got the ball back. You know, he turned them over. They got the offense field position. Offense did a good job, obviously, of finishing off those drives, but that doesn't happen if the defense doesn't not flinch after the first series and get a lot of stops and get the ball in Jacob and the offense's hand.
You talked last week that about thinking going into the game you could run the football. Did you think the same thing going into this game?
Yeah. We want to be balanced. I think I spent enough time with you. In fact, what were the attempts? They're always skewed in games like this, but 48. Yeah. But I think at one point we were pretty close to 50-50 run pass. And when you can do that, you're obviously going to have a lot more success. But, yeah, we have to do a better job controlling the game with the run game. I thought we did that tonight. I think our backs ran really well. I got on the phones a couple series in. I said, let's not forget who the best players on the field are right now. They're number 1 and number 29. So let's make sure we get them the ball as much as possible.
Obviously, with the running game working that well, I asked Skull the same question. What does those jet sweeps, in arounds, the receivers getting them out in space on the edge, what does that do for the running game, as the game wears on?
It helps. I mean, it creates lateral movement, and if they're moving laterally, there's less vertical movement. It's easier to run the ball versus lateral movement. I mean, it's kind of it's why we do what we do offensively. If we can throw the ball, get the ball on the sideline, run the jet sweeps, make them play sideline to sideline, we're going to have more success running the ball between the tackles. So it's a lot to defend when we execute well. Tonight was, better in terms of execution standpoint. But, I mean, my notebook, Maddie, can you come get him, sweetie? You want to go see your mommy? I think when you can keep teams off balance, you're obviously going to have a better chance of dictating terms with the run game. So we got to continue to do that. What I was saying was, we still made a ton of mistakes. I mean, I had 12. Everybody asked me why I wear these pins. The negatives are red, and I had 12 critical errors in red at halftime. So we're still not as close as good as we're going to be, but tonight was better.
Coach Jacob Zeno, 4 touchdowns, a pick, over 350 yards passing. What was your assessment of his performance tonight, and how has he continued to grow as your starting quarterback throughout the year?
Yeah, he did some really nice things. Now, I'm 75 of that, and 1 completion, 1 touchdown's a run. Just happened to go in front of him. I said, all you did was hit a guy in a face mask. Let's not get too proud of that. But no, he's big, some huge conversion downs, showed a lot of poise. Those weren't rhythmical throws, a couple of them for touchdowns that he had to kind of sit back there and be patient and let things unfold. He had another really good week of preparation. So the challenge, I challenge him each week was one more thing to add to his process and one more layer to get good at. So this week he'll go to work on becoming a better player like he did last week.
Coach, up here. So obviously you come into this week wanting to win, but with everything on your heart and on this team's heart with Children's Harbor, it's a beautiful thing when you get the dominant win and you get to do it for something so special. So what did that mean to you just to have this win and obviously here with your family as well?
Well, man, a ton, because like I said, Monday, I can put myself in these family shoes and to have some joy It's actually great. It's 4.5 hours. So that was only like 3 hours and 15 minutes. But to have 4.5 hours of joy in the midst of a lot of pain right now in their lives is an awesome thing. And, that's what I told the kids before the game was those families aren't going to know if they missed a tackle or missed an assignment, but they are going to notice if they have great energy, if they're great teammates, if they have fun, if they have smiles on their face, if they're playing for one another. And that's what it looked like out there. I mean, even after that first touchdown, it's disappointment of not getting the onside kick. Then you give up the long touchdown, and I made sure I turned around. I looked at everybody. Nobody was down in the dumps. People had energy. They hadn't flinched. And what I thought to myself was, if I'm one of those families looking down with my child's name on the back of your jersey, or our last name on the back of your jersey, I'm proud of that. I'm proud a bunch of kids didn't flinch. And it was a cool moment for me to see that. And I mean, honestly, down 7-0, I'm telling myself, there's going to be 200 plays in this game. That's just one of them. Let's just make sure we win more than we lose.
How big was that sequence early in the game? Again, you get another early in the game moment, but when the defense stopped them on that second drive, you think you get an interception, then you almost get another interception, and you're thinking you almost feel like your steak bit a little bit there, and then you get an interception on the third, the next play.
You're right.
What's that sequence?
I mean, but you pile that on top of starting the game with an onside kick and thinking you have it, right, and then not getting it, and then giving up a touchdown. Then that sequence of dropped interception, and I think. How does it feel? It feels like everything's felt this year. You just got to let it roll off your back. You can't react to it too much because we're still a team that's growing, and there's going to be these wild up and downs, and you got to make sure that you're training the building, not just the players, but you're training the building. That's just one play. Now invest everything you have into the next play, and when we can start doing that. Again and again and again, and 15, 20, 25, 30, 60 plays in a row, we'll be champions. Right now, I just want to do 2 in a row, and then I want to do 3 in a row, and I want to do 4 in a row. And that was a good example of, okay, dropped interception, no big deal. I'm on the headset saying, hey, guys, it's going to be incomplete. I promise you it's going to be incomplete. I saw the ball hit the ground. Get ready for the next call. Boom, next call, D-Mac has a chance to intercept it. It gets dropped. Hey, let's have the best third down call right now. Let's not worry about the past. And I think college kids and a lot of coaches are this way. They're so consumed with what just happened that they cheat the opportunity to be their best the next play. And I'm trying to train this building that it doesn't matter what just happened. It's the next play. It has to be the most important play of your life. The next thing has to be the most important thing in your life. Long-winded answer, but that's kind of the theory behind it. And that's how it feels. I'm just trying to teach all the time.
Coach, we talk about the emotions behind this game, the meaning behind this game, also getting your first conference win. What do you hope your players take away from this game?
I hope more than anything else, because Tuesday's going to suck, and I hope they're good. It sucked last Tuesday and we got better. Embrace the suck, embrace the work, embrace the preparation. We're not even close. We're light years from where we're going to be. But it starts Tuesday, embracing the hard things and getting better. And hopefully they have affirmation that when they do that, good things happen on Saturdays. Saturdays, when football is played at its highest level, and if you go talk to Bill Belichick or Bill Parcells or whoever it is that you think's the best of all time, you win games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You don't win them on Saturday and Sunday. You really, at the highest level, you win them during the week. And I hope they realize that we have a chance to go out Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and have the best practices of our lives and give us a great opportunity to win on Saturday.
Talked about the defense and having that mentality, forgetting last play, go to the next one. Just how much of that comes from Keandre swoops on the field, a guy who gets that third try at the interception, gets a fumble recovery, and really, gets this defense going there early.
Yeah, he owned some mistakes last week. I thought he took a really good leadership role this week by just owning some stuff. And he was one of the guys that had a really good week of practice. You know, he didn't sulk. He didn't think about the bad stuff that happened last Saturday, and thought he had got better. Like, just because listen, they ain't old men now. You know, you're talking about college football. They have I don't care how many snaps you play in college football, they can get a lot better. And that's one of my messages to Fish and Swoops and these guys you guys have seen forever play. They got to get a lot better. And I think Swoops finally listened. He's got to become a better football player. And he did. He had a good week of practice, and he got better. So we got, I mean, whether you're 17 years old, 23, nobody in that building, myself included, is good enough yet. So we all got to get better, and Swoops did this week, and it showed up on Saturday.
With Skull tonight, how big was this night for him? I mean, you know, he had the injury in spring, and he's kind of been fighting his way through, and maybe doesn't have the numbers that people thought he might have at this point. How big was a night like this for him?
I think it was big. I think it was affirmation again of hard work. We rested him Tuesday, Wednesday a little bit, so that he could have fresher legs and feel better. So I think it's important that he saw some progress because his attitude's been awesome. Regardless of what his numbers are, he's a team first guy. And we need to establish him more as a runner. He's been more of the kind of hybrid to this point in the offense, and we needed to establish him as the dot back, and we definitely established him as the dot back tonight.
Man, first giving all the glory to God, but it feels good, man. It's been a little struggle, like from our season this year, but we just come to practice every day and just try to give it our best.
Skull, what did it feel like to get the running game going tonight? And did you come into the game? Did you think you could do this on the ground that you did like you did tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like I always have extreme high confidence. We just come to practice and know what we need to focus on, and just trying to get better.
Second multi-touchdown game of the season. How good are you feeling? Do you feel like you have more in the tank after a long game like this?
Man, there's always more in the tank. But shout out to my O-line, man. A lot of people say we don't have a good run game this year, and we just take that to the heart and work on it.
Obviously, the running game does get going this game. But what does those jet sweeps in the rounds by the receivers? What does that do to kind of open up that running game for you guys?
It really does a lot. It really divide the defense and see where their weaknesses are, and we just take advantage of it.
Jermaine, obviously this week a lot of emotions on the game with the Children's Harbor partnership. Just to have a dominant game like that, does it mean anything extra or more special just knowing that you guys are representing those kiddos on your back tonight?
Man, for sure. We always plan for something bigger than ourselves, but tonight, it was really bigger than ourselves. And that's real life, you know what I'm saying? Those children, who are not able to do the things that we do, and we just really take that in our hands and want to play for them and give them joy.
This was your last Children's Harbor game to play, and just what has the game meant to you, and how has it affected you as a person as you grow and become a man?
It has affected me just take every day it's your last day, you know what I'm saying? And I really been honored to play in this game and wear the child's name on my back.